Hi, it's time for good energy, and I'm Dr. Julie. Welcome to Bodyful Day 156, Rib Pain and the Senses. And today we are talking about the kinesthetic sense. It is day 3 of this series, and we are talking about ways to use the healing equation to reduce your rib pain sense. Well, to reduce your rib pain. Let's start with the basics. Take a deep breath in. And release. Go ahead, expand, 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 and tuck. Take a deep breath in. And release. Now think about any garbage going on today. I ate lunch and did not put the right foods together. Usually when I have dairy, I either have some, when I have cheese, I either have some fresh dill with it because it's growing like weeds out in my garden, or else I put some fermented foods like some Bubby's pickles or some sauerkraut with it. And I did neither of those, and my digestive system did not appreciate me. So, about an hour and a half after that, I started to get very tired, very fatigued. So I am going to breathe into my gut and into that sense of fatigue. And release. All right, so if you have rib pain, we have talked about this. The rib in the back, maybe up high, it may be down low. Rib pain has a tendency to take a lot out of you because it can take out your ability to breathe, and it can take out your ability to turn your head and tuck your chin. It can cut a number of things that you rely on out of your system. So rib pain really sucks. And so on Monday we talked about the sense of touch, how you can use rubbies on it to get it to go away. And then on Tuesday we talked about how you can use some essential oils, inhaling some essential oils and possibly putting dilutions of those on those ribs to help reduce the pain in that area. Well, today we're going to talk about the kinesthetic sense. So remember that the kinesthetic sense is the sense of movement and in your joints and in your muscles. Kinesthetic sense of movement in your body. And so one of the things you can do when you have shoulder pain, we're going to work on, well, rib pain. I'm trying to figure out which one is my most annoying rib today. Yeah, it's still this one. I still have a very annoying rib right back here. And so if I turn, if we think about kinesthetic sense, if I turn so far, I can feel that pull, whereas here I can basically look behind my shoulder without a problem. But over here, there's definitely a pull halfway down my back or halfway down my shoulder and off to the side. So I know it's not my vertebra, I know it's my rib, that my rib is out of place, and that pain goes up into my neck when I do that, or goes down. We're never ever sure exactly which direction that goes, so sometimes adjusting the neck actually helps that rib, sometimes adjusting the rib helps the neck. It's always an interesting combination of things. So anyway, how can we use the kinesthetic sense to help work on that? And I kind of alluded to it when we were working on the sense of touch. So I told you that you could push on ribs in front and they would help with pain in back. And you can do the same thing with the kinesthetic sense because you are going to hold ribs or hold places here that allow you to turn your head more, or allow you to tuck your chin more, or allow you to take a deeper breath when you have a sore rib. So getting back to my lovely rib up here, I know that it starts to kick in when I turn my head. So what I can do is I can use my kinesthetic sense along with touch, and I can see if that doesn't change it. Let's go ahead and push on that one. That doesn't change it. If I go down to here, if I push on that, aha, hi, that my kinesthetic, my range of motion is much better. I have much less immediate pain when I hold that rib and I check my kinesthetic sense. I can even sort of look down behind my back, but then my hand starts to tell me, hey, we're here. I can actually feel it radiating down into my elbow when I do this. So I know there's a very big component of my rib, the one here wrapping around to the back, that's causing my neck pain. And in fact, holding right here is actually very, very painful for me. So that tells me that there's definitely something going on in this right rib that I need to work on. So from a kinesthetic sense, when I work on rib pain, I work to see if I can increase my range of motion and decrease my pain in my joints. Can I tip my head? Yeah. Can I tuck my chin? Can I tuck into here? Now, one of the things that I do in my office to help adjust patients is I work on strength in range of motion. So what is that? How does that look for me? Well, what I would do is I would have people tuck their chin in and I would push their head up. I'm going to tuck their chin and push their head up. Notice that when I'm here, I have no strength. When I'm here, I'm just fine. Now, kinesthetically, can I get strength back to my neck by pushing on this same spot? So I know I can make my range of motion better. Can I make my neck strength better? Tuck in, tuck in. It is better. It's not totally gone, but that point definitely does help enhance the good energy in that allows me to turn my head. It also gives me a little bit of neck strength. So I know that this point is a very important one. So what can you do when you find points using this kinesthetic sense? Well, you can rub on them. You can dig into them. You can work on them next to the sternum, but usually it's about an inch out from the sternum that is probably your key pain area. And so you can just work on that rib and work on the muscles in between those ribs and breathe, and that should provide some healing, there it goes, to that rib. And if you do it enough, you can start to actually feel the motion. So now let's go back and check my range of motion. Yep, it's definitely better. And we go ahead and check my chin tuck. There it is. Now, I can still feel something back here, so my other obnoxious move as a chiropractor is to have people tip their head back and then resist me here. And I can't resist there, but if I do this, I've got all the resistance in the world. But when I do this, when I push my head, try to hold my head back, it radiates still up into that upper body. So now we check and see, well, is there something that I can do that might help that? Let's try that one. Now, it does make testing a little more difficult. It's hard to hold that rib. But you notice, there we go. And I can tip back pretty well. Not that I couldn't. No, I actually couldn't. I actually would have pain. So, I know that I've got another rib up here that if I, based on kinesthetics, based on movement, muscle strength, joint placement, I know that I've got another rib out that I can work on in front here. And if I do that, eventually, whew, that's a tough one. There's some grumpiness that I have to work through on that one. Eventually, that will cause the rib in front to kind of relax, the muscles in front relax, and then the muscles in back also relax. Oh, where's it going? There it goes. All right, so let's go back. We know that I can now tuck here, muscle strength. Can I tip my head back? Muscle strength, pretty good. And we'll do the opposite, tuck here. We knew that was strong, tuck there. We knew that was strong. So you can use muscle strength and motion on your head and neck to give you an indication of where you would want to hold or rub on ribs to help with rib pain, as odd as it sounds, in the back. Now, you can rub in the front, you can also rub in the back. It's a little harder to do it yourself. If you have a tennis ball or a small round rubber ball, you can put that up against the wall and do the same maneuvers, tuck and resist, tuck and resist, tip back, push forward, tip back, push forward. And you can use those 4 quadrants going opposite directions to see if you can find what is affecting that rib, and then you can find that point. You can lean up against the wall and roll, or you can lay on your back and roll. There's also a wonderful piece of equipment called a Theracane, which is sort of S-shaped and has handles on it, and you can actually use that Theracane to find that hot spot, because it's sort of a candy cane shape, and we'll find it, and then you can actually hold here while you are rubbing. And again, you can use range of motion, kinesthetic sense, and that can help you with rib pain. All right, I hope you are having a great day today. I will see you back here tomorrow. Let's finish off with our deep breath in and release. All right, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.